3, 2, 1, bang.
What's up, guys? It's Say, based on title, what we're getting at. 297 is this weekend, and we're going to be going over some stuff for it. But for right now, a very interesting interview kind of went through yesterday. It was, I think, the pre-presser. It was involving Strickland and one of the journalists for it, by the name of Alexander Lee. Let's just say, he brought his politics into things and past comments into play. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I can't stand the woke shit. I can't stand it being pushed down people's throats. And most of all, I cannot stand when you ask non-MMA questions when you are one of the privileged elite to actually be invited to do these pressers. Now, elite might be a very strong word, considering I feel like most of these people are amateurs and I can ask better questions than they can. Now, you guys have probably already seen the whole presser and all the inflammatory comments that Sean Strickland has made. We're not gonna rewind that. We're gonna go over the reason I think MMA media needs to toughen up, stop being soft, and most of all, get rid of some of these people. Because we're not going anywhere positive with these people who are, in my opinion, they're more activists than journalists, and they're too soft for their own sake. And I feel sports like football, soccer, hockey, all these NBA, all these other big sports we run in these organizations, they've gone too soft and they are afraid to speak their mind. This is the one sport, UFC in particular, that isn't afraid to speak their mind. And I applaud him for saying what he said, especially since he was kind of cornered into this. So we're going to go over some of the people who are involved with this kind of stuff. Mainly, we're going to go first over the main person that's the corporate for all of this. The name, Alexander Lee. Now, I want you to see his top tweet right here. With the UFC that's in Toronto, a reminder. Trans women are women. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you guys can see a comment right here. My comment. I stand by this comment, by the way. Because, yeah. When that's your top comment, that's your pin, that tells me a lot about you. Now, a very fun thing, this just recently happened. There's a bunch of people who are playing ball trying to defend him, so I'm going to play the last portion of this, kinda. I don't want to go through the whole thing, let him have his clicks and views, so we'll go through it right here, you'll see.
Made us play that video. Because while the UFC isn't going to do anything about it, I would challenge ESPN to make a public statement on this. Because that kind of hate is going over their airways. The Walt Disney Company. Like, what? Are you a chicken shit?
Dude, one, fuck off. You're just as soft as them. Two, if they do that for him, they got to do it for the time Izzy used the words he's used in the pay-per-view based on your logic, based on people, the BLM thing, based on everyone who's ever said anything offensive. Now, you got to remember a little very important detail here. We're in combat sports. You can back this stuff up by fighting. These are not nice people. In the end of the day, you gotta realize that. And I feel like these guys are the kind of people that we need to get out of the sport. Where you going?
That you allow this with impunity.
Yes, because Dana White lets both sides speak their mind, not just one side of the aisle. I'm sorry, man.
Regular, but it's never been this vile. The guy's wearing a t-shirt that says, "Women belong in the kitchen, a gun in every hand." Disney's a family company.
A family company, but their political leanings have been leading into all of their social commentary lately. So yeah, again, spare us. And of course, as no surprise, Alexander Lee retweeted this. Now, funny right here, this one is right here funny. I have received so many amazing and positive messages since yesterday's media day. I am grateful. Most importantly, I heard from people from the LGBTQ communities who don't have a platform to share their thoughts and concerns. They are the voices who need to listen and to amplify heart. Dumb. And then read this. Accounts, follower mentions can reply. Limits of replies. People, we're going to get a little spicy here. We're going to see some of the comments here. I'm going to scroll through these. I'm not going to read each one because these are probably very vile, but you'll see some of them. I think that one's not important. That's mine. Jake Shields, thank you, man. Keep going. You see right there. We know you won't. This one, right here. Their voice is the only ones everyone ever hears because they refuse to stop talking about it. That is correct. 100%. This is one very important right here. Culture vulture right here. Telling you, we need to get these piano people out of the sport. Now, I've gone over that part. I want to go over some of the other people that are defending him. So first person up to swing is Ariel Fukuhawani, the biggest hypocrite of the sport at all. So here it says, I wish we lived in a world with Alexa Alexander Kaylee with the most of a society of humanity. What a beautiful world that would be. Alex is a great journalist, even better person. Proud to call him a colleague and friend. Of course you did. Ariel, keep that energy up. Sorry, God, I want you to ask that same question. I swear, you are a disgusting, vile human being. You've supported people like Greg Hardy and worse kind of individuals, and you've backpedaled more than once just because they will be willing to go on your show. You are the person I hate the most in terms of MMA media. You're the person that's infecting it more than Alexander Lee, if you ask me. And you know what? I hope Alexander Lee gets banned from the presser after this, and I'll show you why. Not just because of association with Hawani, which, by the way, if you look up Alexander's post, he made fun of you before. So I want to show you something that's very funny. Oh, I gotta find it. Oh, I'm trying to remember the name. I think I have it. Oh, right here, people. I'm sorry. Now, this is funny. This is the same guy who just went through this, so listen to this, people.
A sexist comment about your fight with Raquel. I know you've responded. What will you say if you see him this week?
I love you, Sean.
Oh.
He's very funny.
Thank you, Bueno Silva. You did not fall for that trap of a baiting little headline that he was trying to fill up. He tried this with her right after the Strickland thing. This is what I'm talking about. This is not some red carpet appearance. It's not some E-Network kind of BS. This is the UFC, and this is a combat sport. Stop trying to put your political commentary into everything. Stop trying to create drama. It is disgusting. It is annoying. And most of all, it's irritating for people like me who just want to hear interesting questions, funny questions, things that are relevant, not things that don't matter at all. And if I could hear someone now typing in the comments, it does matter. No, it does not. And then it does not. You have equality. Everyone can do whatever they want. You have a platform to say whatever you want to. But at the same time, you are an MMA journalist, not a social commentary journalist. If you don't get that, and your tagline is things like trans men or whatever, women or whatever stupid headline, no. Get out of the sport. This is not your little diary or your vlog for your own opinions. This is about the sport. You cover the sport only. This is not relevant to anything. So let's keep going to more people who are hypocrites. So this one's very funny. This is bigotry. You can read this. Now, this dude, bloody elbow. Gasp! Very shocked. I am very shocked, people. Okay, sorry, that was a comment from someone. Ignore that. So yeah, we got that. Got Ariel. And then here's a fun one. This sport's getting gross in about a minute. Grant Campbell. I want to show you who he belongs to. CBS Sports analyst, co-host of Morning Wombat. Oh, who covers Morning Wombat? Oh, look! It's Luke Thomas. No shocker there. For a man who claims himself to be who's a Marine and everything, he is as soft as toilet paper. I swear, we need to start cleaning up this whole media thing. We need to get rid of these kind of people. We need to get better people for the job. And I know this is kind of a, what's the solution? Well, guess what? Start taking media presses away from people who start this kind of stuff. I don't care if you have an opinion. I don't care if it's controversial. I don't care if it gets the fighters a little irked. But if it's not related to fighting at all, do not bring it up. Seriously, do not bring it up. But we can keep going. You can literally keep going through their tweets. It's a minefield right now. You know what? I'll tell you right now, I fear the day Dana White leaves, because that's when he gets corporate, and then you will see it become the NBA, the NFL, all these other sports that are afraid to speak their mind. So until we get those dark days, we better praise the fact that we have Dana White around. And with that, I will see you guys around, and I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.